Hello everybody, this is Gregory with Permanent Weight Loss Made Easy, where there should be no hesitance in your weight loss and in your weight maintenance. Today we're going to talk about recipes, recipe plannings, and how all these are great, but ultimately don't really have an effect on whether or not you're going to lose weight or gain weight. Now before we begin, if you need help with weight loss, contact me through the Clarity FM link found here in the episode notes. Also check out my two books, which you can find on Amazon, my podcast, The Awakened Man, which is very health related, my other podcast, The Cinema Rag on Movies, which is not. And I have a website also that has hundreds of articles and recipes. All these links you can find in the episode notes. Now, many times I'll see like on Facebook groups, hey, these are really good recipes for weight loss, or or specific ones like, hey, these are great keto recipes, these are great paleo recipes, whatever religion these people are, because as you know, like Americans are becoming less religious, so they kind of, even though we're wired for the religious, they'll go find other religions. So whether it be like social justice or environmentalism or veganism or a new workout fad or something, like we all have to be partisan and ideologic to something. But the thing about recipes is there's nothing wrong with recipes to want to be a better cook or expand your palate. I think that's great. I think in general, American food is pretty bland compared to, let's say, Asian cuisines, whether it be Thai or Middle Eastern or Indian or Vietnamese. I find that there's just more over there in terms of flavors. But if you want to indulge in recipes to become a better cook, I think that's great. What I'm talking about here is more specific to recipes for weight loss. And so you will see recipes for weight loss, for example, that this won't have sugar, but it'll have xylitol, or this isn't going to use butter, but it's going to use skim milk. It's a substitution of what we perceive to be unhealthy stuff for healthier stuff. And here's the thing, we have to remember this. We are the fattest we've ever been in human history. And if you look at our ancestors, all of our ancestors, the majority of them, and yes, there were going to be old fat people like the old kings and the aristocracy, they were overweight because they had plenty of calories and they were indulging in decadent foods. But the typical man and women of every century was regular weighted as a whole. We were just more active. But the bigger thing is this, they were eating all the things that the health food experts tell us are bad to eat today. Bread, dairy, grains, whoever your ideologue is that you believe in, they were all eating that, and they were all regular weighted. But Gregory, they had a dysbiosis in their microbiome. Well, Gregory, they were gluten sensitive. They didn't know it. They were regular weighted, and they were using lard when they were cooking. And yes, no doubt, they were consuming less sugar than we did, but they were consuming sugar. And they were using cow's milk. Back then we didn't pasteurize it. We didn't shoot it up with high temperatures to kill all, not just the few pathogenic bacteria that's found in milk, but also the good probiotic milk. Like milk is a probiotic item. It's got good bacteria in it. But we can't get it like from the farm. In many states, it's banned to drink raw milk. So we have to get the nuked up pasteurized milk. But either way, so like with a lot of the themes in the episodes that I do here, yeah, do you want to get recipes that are low fat or low this? First of all, fat doesn't make you fat. So please do not be getting low fat recipes, and please don't be buying low fat yogurt that's got aspartame. This was big 20 years ago, 30 years ago when I was a kid. The fat-free puddings, the fat-free jams, all these things, the fat-free yogurts, because all they do is just put in more sugar. Sugar is what's killing us. It's not the fat. There's plenty of healthy fats. Trans fats are bad for us, but the majority of fats are pretty healthy for us. And we have past episodes on this, on Ansel Keys, did kind of deceived us back in the 1960s on this. But in general, you could eat foods that are heavy in lard and heavy in bread and all these things. And our ancestors did, and they didn't get fat. So why are we getting fat? Well, you can say that there's toxins in the food that are doing it. We talked about like antibiotics and other obesogen ingredients that are put in. But the big reasons is we have a disordered relationship with food. We overeat. We're gluttonous. That's the big reason. So yeah, you could do recipes, or you could have your trainer, or you can join this CrossFit gym, or do the whole 30 or whatever crash diet. But ultimately, if you want long-term weight loss, permanent weight loss, It's all about fixing your relationship with food. No longer connecting emotion to food and eating like the dog eats. I'm hungry, eat and walk away. Not you walk away when you're full and bloated or overindulging in alcohol. So recipes are great if you want to expand your palate and try new things. But if you're using recipes as a permanent way to lose weight because you want to do low-fat recipes or gluten-free recipes, ultimately you're just putting a Band-Aid on a laceration, or you're just using a pail to throw out water on a gigantic sinking ship. It's a stopgap measure that's really in the long run just going to keep you like the hamster on the wheel. You're really not going to make any progress. So to do progress, you got to do the deep work and fix the disordered relationship that you have with food. And easier said than done. You might have to go to therapy and all these things, but in the long run, this is what we need to do so we're just not the hamster running on the wheel. Guys, please subscribe and hit the notification button if you haven't done so these episodes come fresh to you. And as always, share in the comments. Until next time, take care, God bless, and pray.